some big news out of YouTube today. CEO Susan Wojcicki announced she's stepping down after 9 years in the position and nearly a quarter century at parent company Google. Yahoo Finance tech editor Dan Howley knows how to say that name better than I do and explain the magnitude of all this. A long time and at a crucial period she appears to be leaving.
Yeah, Wojcicki stepping down here. She's obviously has led YouTube for 9 years. She was a CEO. She's been at Google for 25 years. She was one of their first employees. In fact, the big deal about her is she rented her garage space to Sergey Brin and Larry Page. And that's kind of how they got Google off the ground. So it's a really, interesting story. She's been around this for quite some time, and she has taken YouTube to become one of the biggest websites on the internet. I mean, they're dealing with a lot of competition, but they still bring in billions of dollars in revenue. I don't have the number on me right now, but I believe the last amount that they had brought in for the prior quarter was somewhere around $8 billion in ad revenue. And so it's a massively important property to them, but it's also important because it helps ensure that they have a constant flow of users, right? New users come in, they check out YouTube. My nephew's looking at kids opening toys on YouTube, and that's how he gets in there. Give me that job. Let me open up toys. How is that a job? Anyway, so obviously it's super important for the company itself, and her leaving at this point in time, as Dave, you were alluding to, is a big deal. I mean, this is, a massive property for them, one of the largest sites on the internet.
The head of the NFL announced officially appearing on YouTube as well.
Yeah, certainly a very, very important time for the company. Without Wojcicki there, what does YouTube look like? How do you think that's going to kind of shape and change maybe the direction of this company then going forward?
Yeah, look, they're dealing with competition from, so she's been there obviously for the 9 years. She was part of the ad team prior to that, but she has dealt with incoming competition from Facebook, right? Facebook going into video, from Instagram going into video, from TikTok. Now they're dealing with that, and they launched their Shorts, obviously, a few years back. That's to deal with the short form video aspect of things. So they really are kind of dealing with this at the same time as ad revenue is falling, right? Not as a result of anything the business itself is necessarily doing wrong, but just because that's what we're seeing. Digital ad sales are down. You can look at Meta and Facebook. You can look at Snap. They're all dealing with these kinds of problems. So I think at this point in time, where does YouTube go from here? Well, they are expanding. Obviously, YouTube TV has become a big deal. They have the NFL Sunday Ticket deal that they had signed. And so, I think that's where they continue to move forward. This is something that's going to be a bigger part of the story for them.
I have YouTube TV. If you have any connections there, would you just tell them to fix the guide on the app?
Dude, it's awful.
It's awful. The worst thing
I have it too.
On all of television apps.
Why do I sign on and it immediately shows me library?
It's atrocious.
I don't get it.
Inexplicable.
I don't like it.
Sorry. They're staying in-house, though. They're not going outside for a replacement. Chief Product Officer Neil Mohan will become the next head of YouTube. What do we know?
Yeah, so he's been there for quite a while as well. He came over with the DoubleClick deal. So when they previously purchased DoubleClick, Google had done that. He came over then, and he's been with YouTube for quite some time now. And he was actually part of getting YouTube off the ground, getting Shorts going. So he knows this product. So it's not as though, they have an outsider coming in who doesn't necessarily understand the product, doesn't necessarily understand where YouTube is going or what it needs to do. I think he really will help guide it in a similar direction, right? They've worked together for quite some time. Again, it's not as though YouTube is a broken product or anything along those lines. It's still one of the biggest websites out there. But I do think that they can wring more out as they go into the live TV aspect and the on-demand services aspect of it.
Yeah, well poised to become the new cable TV, really, if they fix that.
Yes.
That app guide.
Fix the guide. God.
If any aspiring billionaires want to live in my garage, I'll put you in the basement. Yeah. I won't put you in the garage. I'm just saying. Anyone wants to start the next Google,
Good
I
deal
got
for
room.
you.
Dan Howley, thank you. Appreciate that.